Yo, what's up? So today we're going to learn how to solve equations using algebra tiles. So yay for us. I highly recommend you watch the following video. It is embedded in Schoology, so really watch it. It's really going to help you. So last time we were talking about our algebra tiles. So our green and red ones represented our variables. So if it's positive, it's green. If it's negative, it's red. And then we have our constants. If it was positive, we use the yellow, and if it was negative, we use the red ones. Okay, so now we have to read it from left to right, like if you're reading a book. So is my 2x positive or negative? It's positive, so I'm going to use green. Then I have a plus 3, so that tells me it's positive, so I need the yellow. So I have 2x, 1, 2, 2x, 3, 1, 2, 3. Yes. And on the other side, is my constant positive or negative? So it is positive, so I'm going to need 9 of them. Okay, so 2x plus 3 equals 9. Okay, so now when we're solving equations, our ultimate goal is to find the value of one positive x. So what is the value of one positive x? In order to do that, I'm going to have to create something called my zero pairs. So let's say I told you 3 minus something gives you 0. So 3 minus 3 creates a 0 pair. So 3 minus 3 gives me 0, and it is a balance, right? My equal sign is my balance. So what I do to one side, I have to do to the other. So if I subtract the 3 on that left side, I have to subtract 3 on the right side. Okay, so now I'm going to subtract them, and it gives me 0. So now I'm left with 2x equals 6. So 2x equals 6. So now I have a number next to my variable. That means we're multiplying. So I'm going to have to do the opposite, which is division. So I'm going to divide them equally. So one x is going to get 3. Another x is going to get 3. So 1x equals 3. That is our result. Okay, so you're going to read it, x equals 3. Okay, so now I'm going to show you real quick another page. So you're going to go to clever.com, go down to Braining Camp, and this is so you can have your own access to algebra tiles. Okay, so if you leave it in basic, this is just you working with your expressions. So since we're solving, click solving. So in the bottom, click solving. Now we're gonna move our models. So it was 2x plus 3. So since it's positive, so 2x plus 3. And then I had on the other side, it equals 9. So I'm just gonna copy. Okay, so I have 2x plus 3 equals 9, if you see it right here in the bottom. Okay, so I have to create 0 pairs. So subtract. And what I do to one side, I do to the other. Subtract. And subtract. So right here in the bottom, you can see you have 2x plus 3 minus 3 equals 9 minus 3. So now just put them on top of each other, and that's going to create your 0 pairs. Okay, so now we have 2x equals 6. So I'm going to divide them equally. Boom. So one goes here, one goes there. One goes here, one goes here. So we're just dividing them equally. Okay, so this tells me 1x equals 3. So 1x equals 3. Yes, the same exact thing. Right here, you can actually use these manipulatives and do it yourself. Okay. So next problem, we have x plus 4 equals 3x. So positive x, green, positive 4 equals 4 yellows, and positive 3 means I need 3 greens. Okay, once again, I'm going to create 0 pairs. I want to move my variables with my variables and my constants with my constants. So I'm going to create my 0 pairs. So minus x, minus x. 1 minus 1 gives me 0. And since I subtracted on my left side, I have to subtract on the right. So So I'm left with 4, and 3 minus 1 gives me 2. So now I have 4 equals 2x. Next step is to divide. So I'm going to divide them equally. So 1x gets 2, my other x gets another 2, sorry. Okay, so 1x equals 2. Okay, so once again, let's go to our braining cap and go through real quick, well, briefly. So we had x plus 4 equals 3x. So braining cap, x plus 4 equals 3x. Okay, so copy. Okay, x plus 4 equals 3x. Next step was to move my variables with my variables. So I subtracted 1, and what I do to one side, I do to the other. So you can see in the bottom your equation. So now let's create our zero pairs. And now I have 4 equals 2x. So I'm going to divide. That's my last step. So 1, 1, 1, 1. So 1x equals 2, and 1x equals 2. So, I don't know why it's not showing it down here. But 1x equals 2, and that should be it. There you go. Okay, so next one. Ooh, this one's an interesting one. So we have 2 variables and 2 constants. So I have a positive 3x, so I need 3 greens, a positive 1, so I need 1 yellow, positive 4x, I have 4 variables, 4 green ones, sorry, it is a variable, and a negative 1, so that means I need a red. Okay, so I need to move my variables with my variables and my constants with my constants. So my bars with my bars and my tiles with my tiles. Okay, so we're gonna do that by creating our zero pairs. So now I need to get this negative 1 to become a 0, so I'm gonna add 1. So negative 1 plus 1 gives me 0. And if I added 1 on the right side, I have to add it on the left side. So boom, now we have plus 2. So we have our 3x plus 2 equals 4x. And this is now a 0, so we no longer need it. 3x plus 2 equals 4x. Okay, so we're getting closer to our objective, which is to get the value of 1x. So I'm going to move my x's to the other side by creating my zero pairs. So if I have 3, I'm going to subtract by 3. And what I do to my left side, I do to the other. So if I subtract the 3, I subtract 3 on the other side. Okay, so now I'm left with 2 equals 1. 1. So 1x equals 2. And that is it. So now let's go back to our algebra tiles and work it out. So it was 3x plus 1. So 3x plus 1. And then copy this. 4x. I'm gonna delete this one. Sorry, you can hear my baby. Right? It was 3x plus 1, 4x minus 1. Okay? So we're going to create zero pairs. So we added 1 on one side. We added 1. And then we moved these to this side as well. So no, we're going to actually do this at the end. So create our zero pairs. And now we can subtract our 3, subtract our 3, subtract the 3. I'm just going to move this. Okay, so what I do to one side, I do to the other. Okay, so now I'm creating my zero pairs, creating my zero pairs, create my zero pairs. And now I have 1x equals 2. That is it for that. Okay, next one. Negative x plus 2 equals negative 4x plus 5. So I have a negative x. Oops. 100%. So I need a red. If it's plus 2, I need 2 yellows. So 2 yellows. I have negative 4x, so that tells me I need 4 red. And plus 5, so that means I need 5. Okay, create 0 pairs. I want to find the value of 1 positive x. So I'm moving my constants and I'm moving my variables. So tiles over here, and let's move my bars to the other side. Okay, so let's create our 0 pairs. So if I subtracted 2 on the left side, I have to subtract them on the other. So boom. Now we're left with negative x equals negative 4 plus 3. Okay, so now let's move our variables to the other side. So I have to do the opposite of subtraction. So it's adding. Let's create our 0 pairs. And what I do to one side, I do to the other. So now I'm going to be left with 3x equals 3. And my final step is to divide. So let's divide them. And boom, 1x equals 1. So that is it. And again, if you want to use your algebra tiles with that, that is perfectly fine. So that's it. If you have any questions, just let me know, or you can come back and view the video. You can pause it whenever you need to. Watch the other video and go to Clever. Click Braining Camp. Go to the bottom and change it to, click Algebra Tiles. Right here in the very bottom, click Solving. And that is it. I have to go.